So the first thing I would like to say, just to bring to your attention more than anything else, is that everyone can make a £12,000 capital gains tax, capital gain, and not be taxed on it. So every individual can get that. So we'll talk through an example like that. So that's the CGT annual allowance. So £12,000 gain will not be taxed at all. Basic rate taxpayer, you'll notice that we've got two different levels now. The government have penalized property investors yet again. So basic rate taxpayers will have a 10% CGT tax for non-property items and 18% for property. And high rate taxpayers will have 20% for non-property stuff and then 28% on property stuff. What I would say for you is make sure that you sell your properties over a period of time. My mouth is getting cotton mouth. There's a pub in Nottingham called Cottonmouth. It's a great place, by the way. I have no idea why I've just come up with that, but hey, YouTube violation, probably talking about beer. So yes, so let's talk about property disposals over a period of time. So you could have a situation like this where you've got house one, house two. Amazing how those numbers are the same. It's just incredible. You know, roulette time in terms of the probability of that ever happening. But anyway, let's think about if this person had two properties to sell, sold it in the one tax year, you've got now a £20,000 tax bill, a £20,000 gain. And as we said before, you got £20,000 gain less the annual CGT allowance, and you got the correct number here of the taxable gain of £8,000 to have. Now, in this tax year, they'll have 1440 tax to pay on that situation. So, now there could be capital gains tax allowances and stuff like that. But what I wouldn't want to bring to your attention is that this person has now got a tax bill to pay as a direct result of selling two properties in the same year. Not a good idea, especially when you can sell one property in March and one property in April. Technically, it's in the same calendar year, just in different fiscal years. Bearing in mind that the tax year runs typically from the 6th of April to the 5th of April the following year. So if you think about it, you could phase your properties over in March and then maybe April, May, the following fiscal year. Why should that matter? Well, you get your CGT annual allowances, don't you? So the £20,000 gain, if sold in the same tax year, would get a tax bill. But in this regard, if you dispose of one property in March and one property in April, then you've got the £10,000 gain and no tax to pay because it'd be swallowed up by your CGT annual allowance. So it's all about planning, really, as much as anything else. Don't forget, if you've got any questions, make sure you fire those questions in the comments box below, and I will make sure that I answer those as soon as I can. The next example here is loss-making assets. So you could have a taxable gain and tax losses. Let's imagine here that you've got a scenario of two properties again. And in this regard, you've got one property on the left, which is going to give you a gain of £20,000. Unfortunately, the second property you are looking to dispose of has a loss of £10,000. That would be useful to sell in the same tax year because the gain would not be £20,000, which would mean you would suffer you would have a taxable gain tax, obviously. But because of the house two, which is making a loss of £10,000, it means that the overall gain again is is £10,000. And so you'll have an annual CGT allowance of £10,000, which technically means you'll have no tax to pay at all. So it's always worth having a look at when should you sell a property, whose ownership it should be into the property. Should be my name or should be my spouse's name or my civil partner. Should we get some properties that is not making any money anyway and sell those coupled with ones that we are making money on? So we pay the minimal amount of tax. It's really up to you how you do it, but it is all about time planning to get the right amount of tax efficiencies.